Hey teens, it's Miss T from Brambleton Library. Today we're going to do affirmation jars. Get ready. March 2nd was World Teen Mental Health Day, a day dedicated to raising mental health awareness among teens and to provide education to help remove stigmas around mental health preventative care. Teens everywhere are under societal pressures, parental pressure, and navigating through this period of their lives in general. Combine that with a pandemic that's taken over the world, it's too much for anyone. Today I want to encourage you to take care of yourselves and others around you. When my daughter was in high school, she went through periods where she needed an extra boost and a little extra love each day. I get up every morning before she woke up and I will write words to affirm her on a post-it note and leave it on her bathroom mirror. She wouldn't say anything. She would just move the notes from one side of the mirror to the other, and then as I continued to put notes, the notes ended up on the bathroom wall. I actually have her jar here with me today, and I think I want to share a few of our personal favorites. Man, this one is February 2017. I write, "You play a huge role in your own success. Go out and be great today." This other one says, it's also in February of 2017. "Set your standards high. You are more than what you think, better than what you think, and able to do way more than you think." And I'll read this last one. This one is March 2017. "Words have the ability to impact others. Choose yours carefully and thoughtfully." On my daughter's 18th birthday, I filled another jar with 18 words of advice as she moves towards adulthood. For my best friend's 40th birthday, I filled a jar of 40 messages with words that affirmed her and our friendship. Things like, "I won't ever take you for granted. Thank you for your love and your friendship. And the world needs more people like you." Guess what happened? She cried. Today I want to do the same with you. Give this gift to yourself and someone you love. Here's what you'll need. A jar with a smooth surface like a mason jar. You could use a pasta sauce jar. If you don't have a jar, grab a container that has an opening on the top so you can add and remove your notes. You'll need pens, colorful markers, and of course, post-it notes. And the most important part, consider the things you want to tell yourself every day. If the jar is for a person that you love or care about, think about all the ways they add value to your life. Think about how they show up when you need them. Take those thoughts and write them down on your post-it notes. Today I want to affirm you. Be kind to yourself. You're strong. You can do this. You are great at this. This will not last forever. You will win. Today's a good day to have a great day. The world needs you. Now it's time to make your own jars.
Hi everybody, my name is Troy Wingard, and today I'm going to show you how you can personalize the outside of your jars with all sorts of inspirational quotes and images using an easy art technique known as decoupage. Now, decoupage is the art of decorating a surface of just about any object with paper, images, and glue. Now, for this project, we're going to be using a special glue called Modge Podge, and you can find this in the craft section of just about any store. Okay, first you're going to need a lot of images and quotes from all sorts of printed resources to cover your jar, from old graphic novels or newspapers or magazines, old photographs, old books, color copies, and even computer printouts. Now, while you can use just about anything from any printed source, make sure you stay away from printouts from inkjet printers. The ink from these printers will bleed and run when they get wet, so they will not work well for this type of project. Okay, now with a pair of scissors, cut out your images until you have enough to cover the outside of your jar. Okay, I've cut out all of my images, and now it's time to glue them onto my jar. Now to do this, I'm going to use a brush and I'm going to apply a very small amount of Mod Podge to the back of my image, just like so. Just remember to do this on a scrap piece of paper so you don't accidentally cover your kitchen table or kitchen counter with glue. This stuff is really hard to get off of a surface once it dries. Now that I've completely covered the back of an image, I'm going to place it onto my jar, and I'm going to use my fingers to rub out the image as best as I can. And I'm going to try to rub out all of the glue, excess glue and air bubbles and any wrinkles that may have formed in my image. So now it will look something like this. And I just need to put more on. Sometimes you may have some great imagery that's printed on very thin paper, kind of like what you would see from like a newspaper or a magazine. The thing to remember is that the moisture from the Mod Podge, when you go to glue it, can easily cause these thin papers to tear when you're rubbing out the air pockets and the wrinkles onto your jar. An easy trick you can try is when you are gluing these really thin papers down is to take a small piece of wax paper and place it over your glued image and to protect it, and then you can use that to smooth out all of the wrinkles and the air pockets and the excess glue, so that way your image is nice and smooth and protected. So I've glued on all of my images, and now I'm going to wash out my brush and then let this jar completely dry for a few hours, so that we can now add some top coats over our images. It's really important to ensure that all the glue is completely dry before adding a top coat. If not, there's a possibility that your images are going to warp and wrinkle. Okay, it's now time to brush on a series of top coats with my Mod Podge. My jar is completely dry. I've let it dry for a few hours. Now, these top coats are going to be important because they're going to protect the image from dirt and abrasion over time. Now, to make a top coat, just cover all of your images with a thin layer of this glue and always brush it in one direction all over the jar. Don't worry if the milky white Mod Podge looks like it's painting over your images. It will dry clear. Okay, I've completed my first top coat, and now I'm going to wash out my brush and I'm going to let my jar dry for about an hour or two. I know it's going to be dry when all of the milky white Mod Podge has turned clear. Now, you can speed up this process by using a hair dryer set on low to save you a little bit of time. Okay, once you've painted about 3 or 4 top coats, you're done. And now this jar is ready to be filled with my affirmations.
Simple and thoughtful gestures go a long way. You need it, I need it, we all need it. I hope you will consider filling your cup, as they say, in this case, or jar, and fill in the jars of those around you. If you decide to, please share your experience in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care.